Hello there. So, out of all the pests in the world, I think the one that I hate the most are mosquitoes. There is no point to them whatsoever. They're just annoying. They itch, and they don't help with decomposition or anything like that. This is all related to the SCP we're going to be following, so let's just start. Item number SCP-027. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The host of SCP-027, currently Subject 027-2, is to be kept in a 5 meter by 5 meter containment cell with a grated, raised floor connected to a strong vacuum system. All creatures removed from the subject containment cell are to be incinerated, except for a small portion to be diverted for analysis and necropsy. The cell is to be cleaned and inspected for structural damage daily. Subject 027-2 must be monitored by at least 2 personnel at all times. Any unusual behaviour or vital signs on the part of the subject or the appearance of any unusual species in the subject's vicinity must immediately be reported to Level 4 personnel. Security personnel assigned to SCP-027 must be inoculated against all known animal-borne pathogens and must be armed with tranquilizer guns, with standing orders to subdue the subject if the need arises. Until SCP-027 is better understood, no personnel of Level 4 clearance or higher should approach within 200 meters of the subject. Description: SCP-027 appears to be a phenomenon of unknown source that seems to be tied to one human subject, currently 027-2, at a time. As host to SCP-027, Subject 027-2 is constantly surrounded by swarming vermin that are drawn to his location. The subject does not appear able to assert control over these creatures in any way, and is in fact prone to occasional attacks from feral specimens. These creatures have also been known to attack personnel who approach too closely. Wherever the subject goes, an initial swarm of flying insects such as gnats and flies will start to form a cloud around him, usually within 2 to 3 minutes. Shortly thereafter, crawling animals including lice, cockroaches, worms, spiders, mice and rats will begin to appear. The longer the subject remains in a location, the more vermin will gather there. When the subject leaves a location, some of these creatures will follow, but most will disperse. SCP-027 has been known to transfer between hosts once upon the death of the first known host. Subject 027-1, see Appendix 1 for more information. Since SCP-027 could likely repeat this feat upon the death of Subject 027-2, all high-value personnel should be kept far away from the current host until more about SCP-027 is understood. SCP-027 has also likely transferred between hosts an unknown number of times before containment. Research into potential previous hosts has commenced, with preliminary evidence suggesting that SCP-027 may have existed for at least years. It is not yet known how SCP-027 chooses or attracts animals, or even what SCP-027 exactly is. The previous host never expressed having any sort of communication with a separate conscious entity. Analysis of current host has been inconclusive at best. Appendix 1, Timeline of Significant Events. 4th of the 1990 Subject 027-1 is discovered in an abandoned warehouse outside that had been completely overrun by rats, cockroaches and other vermin, and is contained and catalogued as SCP-027. The subject is described as a Caucasian male in his late 30s, of average height but gaunt, filthy and covered in bites and scratches. The subject also shows symptoms of degraded mental health, evidence of heavy use of alcohol and illicit drugs, and signs of prolonged sleep deprivation. 10th of the 2000 and Subject expires. Autopsy shows more than 70% of the subject's body, a colony of rats nesting in the subject's abdomen for at least generations. 10th of the 2000 and between 140 and 150 hours after the subject's death, security officer
Classified.
Reports being awoken by breathing problems due to a large housefly having crawled up his nose, later shown to have lain eggs. Subsequent observations led to categorization of Officer
Classified.
as Subject 027-2. The original host is reclassified as Subject 027-1, and SCP-027 is redefined.
Data exposed.
Okay, so now we have an interview log, so let's start this. Appendix 2, Transcript of Interview 027-201. The following interview was conducted on 10th of the
Classified.
2000
Classified.
shortly after Subject 027-2 was identified and transferred to the containment cell that had housed Subject 027-1.
Good morning, Officer.
Classified.
How are you feeling?
Scared, confused, mostly scared though,
Understandable.
and itchy. I feel like I need a shower all the time.
But what about, inside? Do you feel anything different inside you? Like a presence?
No, I don't think I do. I haven't really noticed anything like that.
You haven't felt anything different since the original host died? Besides the itching?
No, I can't say I have.
What about any sort of voices or compulsions?
No, I haven't felt anything except bugs crawling all over me. I feel dirty, scared, and Doc, what about my family? You gotta get this thing out of me so I can see them again.
Of course, we're going to do everything we can to get 027 out of you. God, I'm sorry.
Classified.
Note, shortly after this interview took place, Dr. Jameson and several other members of the research team for SCP-027 were transferred to SCP-1772 Project. Okay, so now we're going to read two documents that came with this article. This one's title just says, Critters. I've gotten used to them. The feet. You never think about how many feet they have. How they grip at your skin and the hair on your body. How they hold on you effortlessly. They almost tickle now. Almost. The smell is barely noticeable anymore. At first it was pretty bad. I threw up a lot, and then they started crawling into my mouth when I was trying to eat. But then I realised I didn't mind it when I ate them. I think that was when I started to come to terms with it. They didn't taste good at first, but then the crunch. Insects have a texture all their own, thick and sweet and full of, I don't know what. It was like the best thing I'd ever eaten, and they didn't even mind. There was so much I could just reach out and take. I think they like to sing me to sleep. Hard to ignore it when they get in my ears. Well, everywhere else too. All kind of things chirping and buzzing around all the time. Constant noise. I mean, it's a lot louder in the summer. A lot louder. I don't think I mind though. They just like to sing. It's almost like music. I can see them, watching me. Not the crawling things, no, the people. I know how you see me. Even in the places where the strange people live. People who the world forget. Even they look away. I can see it in their eyes. They pity me. Or they're just pain-grossed out. Revolted. You too. I see you trying to look me in the eye. Not at the bits in my hair. Not at my teeth. I've seen that look before. You don't want to. You can't help but stare. I know you can't. They never can. It's okay. No. You can sit back, yeah. It's alright, your eyes are watering. It's better if you move away a bit. Take a drink of water or something. It will help your stomach. I gave up trying to wash them off. Not in a shower or a bathtub. Those things aren't big enough. Not enough water to wash them away. Not that I didn't try. It's just a lost cause at that scale. I mean, I still have scars from scrubbing so hard. Then I started to go swimming to drown them. Like the story of the Pied Piper. You know, he took the rats away and drowned them in the river. I always loved swimming, even before it gave me that little breath of cleanness. Then the leeches found me. Leeches aren't. Ants are the worst. They're so small, they can get all over in my hair, nose, and ears, in my eyes. Thousands of them. It's just, I can't even describe it. Just imagine every inch of your body never mind. I'm sorry. I never even mentioned the rats. Always so many. But I guess they're not At least they're warm. There's so many, they keep me warm in the cold, like a fuzzy blanket. A fuzzy, hungry blanket. People keep rats as pets, right? It's no different. Everyone loves pets. I love my pets. I love them all. I'll never be alone. Okay, and then we have the last document on this article called Pilgrimage. When you're in a position like mine, there is never time to be surprised, even when each day I meet new things on my skin to crawl around and smile with my gums. I think that's all there is to see. Of course, I'm wrong. When God ran out of things from this world, he sent things from the others to pick up the slack. I'm being punished, you know, for my time working with the collectors. They stuck me in their little pickle jar, and now all my friends, or the ones who are to be called my friends, call me crazy and watch me without pity. They can't see I'm still human, I'm still human, I'm still human, I'm still human, I'm still human. Like Clem, they cannot see they are blinded by the gnats. They used to watch over me every day, making sure I didn't try to destroy the world I once strived so hard to protect. Then the containment breach sounded. The things were let out of their broken jars, and my old brothers and friends fled from the site. I thought they had to be back soon, but they never came back. All that was left was me and the things. I could hear them creeping out there in the dripping pitch blackness, scraping and scratching against their binds. Some of their lands had been freed by the compromised site, but some had to struggle for years to reach me. Even now, they are still trying to skitter their way into my places. First ones were the shadows. They're always with me. I can feel the flat, spindly legs crawling over my body now, all over and in over. They're what retort me that there is no such thing as privacy. When they spin webs in the mind and fly them around like little cranial ziplines, they catch my thoughts like flies. The ants were swarming over me. They rolled off the skin and folded it like nice blankets at the foot of the bed. My feet were scratched into powder and spread out to feed the babies. My eyes were taken, and they saw what I saw. Even in my sight, they saw it all, and could make me see what they see. I see what they want me to see. All see. Then after taking my privacy, they took my senses from the cicadas. I lost my ears. The parasites took my taste, hanging onto the ends of my gums like an artificial tongue, flapping in the wind but not tasting a thing. Bones are all around me now, making a little nest for all my private friends. It's so cozy in me, but I'm never alone. My thoughts are snapped up and sent through the hive that has come to be what used to be me. I used to pray to a god, any god, to forgive me and let my existence end. That was an exercise in futility, because I know there is no god out there, no god for these things. That can be found outside this little room we all share together in harmony. I am God. This document was recovered from the containment chamber of SCP-027 following Mass Containment Breach Incident 006. Approximately
Classified.
insectoid anomalies were also recovered within the chamber. The note itself appeared to be composed from insect cocoon material and written with fecal matter. Although it is believed that SCP-027 still occupies the chamber, it has not been cited by any personnel following the return to Foundation custody. Ooh, pests, eh? Told you. Any of them, they're useful in a way, right? Ants, cockroaches, spiders, they all have their part to play in the circle of life. Mosquitoes, on the other hand, I don't care what you tell me. They are annoying. They were made to annoy. That's it. Ugh, just can't stand them. If I had to get rid of any species on the planet, it would be bloody mosquitoes. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you later.